So we went over to PalDB to get the patch notes. And so we've got the unique dungeon featuring enemies from Terraria. We've experienced that. Very cool. Really like this new dungeon. And it is very fun off the coast of Fisherman's Point. 6 new weapons. I've only seen 3 of them so far. The Vortex Beater, the Terra Prisma, and the Terra Blade. All of which are very fun, but I might have to say the Terra Prisma is kinda busted. It's really good. I am liking it a lot. I'm excited to see what the Night Glow will feel like. I've heard some cool things about it. Very excited. And then the legendary Meow Mirror I don't have, but I mean I have a regular Meow Mirror, I'm pretty sure. So it's not that big of a change. And then we've just got a multitude of different legendary armors here. All of which decrease the damage dealt, or no, I guess it's not just decrease. This one increases the damage dealt by the Vortex Beater. Oh, that's cool. So these all increase the damage of your weapons, but the armors is going to decrease damage from Terraria monsters. Such a cool concept. I love it. I love it a lot. Moonlord Mask, just a cool new mask. I've not gotten it yet, unluckily. I don't know what the drop rates are for any of these, but looks like a really cool mask. Nor did I get the Eye of Cthulhu mask. Also would be very cool to have. Moonlord Raid Boss, already beat him, level 50 Raid Boss. Very cool, very fun, really neat mechanics. I like it so far a lot. The Moonlord has invaded Pal World, and working together with your friends and pals to defeat the greatest threat the islands have ever faced. It's not quite true. Definitely Xenolord is harder. Blazomet Ryu, I would also say, is probably harder than the Moonlord as well. Let's see, Celestial Signal, Summoning Altar, yep. New capturables, we've got all the different slimes, the enchanted swords, some cave bats, and the Eye of Cthulhu. Interestingly, none of these pals show up in the Palpedia, so they are just Terraria creatures, I guess, not Paldex creatures, so that's an interesting thing, but you can still capture 12 for experience. New secret dungeon, and those are the coordinates if you wanted to find that. PS5 dedicated servers. Oh, that's sick. So can the PS5 players play on the server I made now? Oh, I sure hope so. That would be so cool if it's not limited to just other people. Fishing. Yes, we've experienced fishing. Very fun. Very, I wouldn't say very fun. It is fun. For me, it is not very fun. I like it, but I don't love it. It's very neat, but it doesn't have like the same fast pace that I'm used to in Power World, but maybe I'm sure a lot of people will love that. And maybe fishing with friends would be a lot of fun, but I don't know how viable that is either. Salvage system, ride on water pals and use the fishing rod to salvage supplies at sea. Collect new ore, the corallum ore, salvaged from the ocean floor to strengthen your weapons. So I already looked and saw that there's a magnet. So we can use a magnet with a fishing rod and get corallum ore. Plus, I think we can get it just from salvage piles and things like that. So that's very cool. Very nice. Very cool. New islands. 3 new types of islands have been added to the world. Tropical islands, iceberg islands, and shipwreck islands. Totaling 6 islands. Very cool. Find new pals that live on each of these new islands. Yes. Mission system. I really like this mission system. I think this is really good for anybody that's new to the game. I think it's even good for like people that have even just a decent experience with the game. Having like some progression really helps a lot of players, but it doesn't force anybody to do anything, which is really nice, you know. Still keeps that open world concept, but allows you to have a something to strive for. So Zoe's special mission. By completing missions for Zoe, you can earn her trust and recruit her as an ally. The Rain Syndicate officer Zoe and Grisbolt. If you don't want spoilers, don't listen to me. I am going to say how to do it. After beating Zoe and you might not even have to beat Zoe and Grisbolt's tower, but you have to go to the church that is right by the Rain Syndicate tower, where you might go get ore, and then you can talk to her, do her quest line, and then you'll be able to have Zoe and Grisbolt. Very cool. Pal trust mechanic. I like this a lot. I think this is going to be insane because you can just get strong pals throughout a run. You don't ever have to change your pal. That's going to be so cool. I wonder what it caps out on. I want to find that out sooner rather than later. But the more time you spend with your pal, the more trust you will gain and stats will be increased. The weaker a pal's original stats are, the greater the trust adjustment will be, so even weaker pals will be able to shine. Like, dude, that's what peoples want. That's what the peoples want, man. They know what they're doing. Pocket Pair know what they're doing. This is so cool. Okay, this is the one I was on Reddit just enough to read this one. Sleep together with your pals. It's both the cutest thing and most terrifying part of the update. I love it. I love it. People are gonna use it to be really silly, and some people are gonna do it to be really cute. It's gonna be one or the other, almost exclusively. After a hard day of farming and battling bosses, you and your pals can take a hard rest together. Yes. Treasure maps. So far, I haven't loved the treasure maps. The rewards are not like super incredible, but maybe we'll get some nice treasure at some point, and I will actually like them. They're not hard to do, so fair enough. Enemy bases. I love this part. Make the world more lively. Make the world more lively. Everyone wants that, right? Being able to see enemy bases just throughout the world, and they're like theme based too. Like, there was a base that we raided yesterday that was the tree. It was so cool. So cool. I really like the enemy bases, and it gives some pretty good loot too. So really like that they're adding this. Enemy factions now build bases just like players. They are on high alert and will defend it with their lives, but if you manage to raid them successfully, you can obtain new blueprints for buildings related to that faction. Super cool. Settlement overhaul. This is another thing players have been asking for since day one. It's so nice to see the settlements being lively. Some of them are generating electricity to actually, run the cities and stuff like that. I love it. Very great update. Made the settlement larger and feel more lived in. There are also many mission NPCs now to meet. Again, giving players direction, making the world feel more lived in. Very cool. Level cap raised to 65. So far, I don't see a true reason for this other than that it's been the case every time so far. With no new endgame content, it's just going to make the rest of the game easier, which is not necessarily a bad thing either. New buildings. The PAL surgery table. This has been long waited for. It was teased in like the very initial trailer. What was the initial trailer? 2022? Something like that? And being able to change your pal's passives and change your pal's genders. And I'm pretty sure it unlocks and gets stronger with another update that I read farther down. Fishing pond and large fishing pond. Very cool. Relax and catch some fish in the comfort of your own base. Very nice. Just a nice little extra passive gain when you're doing things. Very much appreciate all the extra passives. Hexlite Quartz Mine. Thank goodness. Well, you knew you would add this one eventually. we just gotta trust them, right? It's so great. The ability to not worry about a triple hexalite base or a double hexalite base is going to be so nice. I'm a little sad that it's level 61, but let's go. Large incubator, another huge increase, because this is unlocked at like level 47 or something like that. And so you can like get your PAL incubation going way sooner in runs, especially if you put your egg incubation time down. And it saves you a lot of space in your base too. Palbox control device, another game-changing device for so many players. Place it down where you want in your base, and then you can pull your pals out or put your pals in. You can control your pals from not just that center pal box device that you place down in your base. You could be on your 10th floor and your pal box would be at your first floor, and you could be swapping pals in and out. It's really nice. Just a quality of life right there. So cool. It also allows pal swapping during raid battles more efficient. Think about a Xenolord Ultra where you're trying to get pals into the base. And instead of just summoning all of them right in the center, you could summon a few here and a few over on another side, and so on and so forth. It could make raid battles drastically different. And to me, this is one of the biggest things, because playing a hardcore, going to the center of the base each time where I might get camped and targeted, it's going to be terrifying. But being able to like run around the base and put pals in, much more doable. Very great addition to the game. Okay, new building materials. So clean. Decorate your base with futuristic floors and walls with this new building set. Very nice. I'm not a biggest builder, but I love seeing what people can do with making bases. It's insane. So I'm excited to see what other people can do with this. New mechanic turbulence. This is so good. Find unusual air turbulence around the world and use it to jump high into the sky. Dude, oh, it's gonna be so nice. So nice when you're just running around early game and you don't have to scale a wall forever high. You just have to make sure you have, like, a glider so you don't fall to your death. Very cool. New weapons. I'm so excited to try all these out. The boost gun, I think, is my favorite. We're going to be able to fire it at a pal and temporary boost that pal's attack and defense. We can be a support player for our pals. Let's go. This is so cool. This is what I wanted. Straight up this and the power recovery grenades. A grenade with healing effects. You're going to throw it and restore HP to allied pals. The only complaint I have, why does it have to be 5 cave mushrooms? Those are so hard to get. You just have to constantly run expeditions, and even then, you're gonna be struggling anytime early game. So they're not like the greatest, but still. But the boost gun, I'm pretty sure that's a well usable weapon, especially on the harder difficulties where the player damage is halved, and you're gonna want to use a lot more damage from your pals. Now, what I really want to see is, does the boost gun work for pals in the base, and can I use this as a support tool in a raid? That's what I need to find out. I absolutely need to find out if I can raid or boost up my team in a raid. That's what I want to know. I that's like one of the first things I want to do other than going to the arena, but we haven't gotten there yet. Yeah, for tamers who want to support their pal. Let's go. I so do. New item types, whistle and growth acceleration bell have been added. So whistles give increased attack damage to a specific pal typing. So you can get one for like grass pals, one for water pals, things like that. So those are really cool. So you can really be a support with adding in additional damage from the whistles. The growth acceleration bells makes it easier to give pals experience. So I love that as well. New food recipes, including there's 1 or 2 that give you increased experience. Like, you just like go about doing what you were normally doing, and you're going to get even more experience while you have that buff activated. So 10 minutes of additional experience gain. So good. I've not caught a Flak Ignis yet. I have not caught a Pengalet Lux yet, I don't think. And I'm pretty sure I have not caught, well, I guess I should say spoilers, but it's too late. I'm pretty sure I've not caught one other pal as well. Was it a Finsider Ignis? There's one other pal. Oh, maybe it was Gangler Ignis. But yeah, so quite a few new pals, some of which you don't notice right away because they don't show up on the Palpedia until you've seen them and or caught them. But then the other ones that are just straight numbers, you see them right away, so you know you're missing them. So very cool, very excited about that. I've got a Celeray Lux. I'm quite certain I've got one. But we're going to have to go through and make sure we've got them all at some point, because I want to make sure I have every single pal, and I want to start playing with some of these pals, because, like, dude, some of them are just so cool. Like, I want to really grab the Pola Pup. Another thing I want to do, slide quickly down slopes. I want to see how quickly down slopes I can slide. Like, that could be so much fun, dude. Okay, this is a big one. I didn't realize I should go to the arena. A single player challenge mode arena has been added. So we get to do PvE arena. And from what I understand, there's some nice rewards for when you win. Raise your rank by facing off against the fierce warriors of Palpagos Island. Get various rewards for the battle tickets you receive when you win. You can now set rules in the arena, such as banning certain pals. Now, I'm pretty sure this is for PvP as well, which is really cool. A public pal box has been added at the entrance to the arena so that all players can use it and change out their pals and stuff like that. I love that. Great idea. And an arena spectator function has been added in multiplayer. Yes, thank you. I want to host an arena tournament. I don't know if it's going to be like a week long where you get to prepare, 2 week long where you get to prepare. If I want it to just be like full custom settings to let you just completely blow through the game and it's all about the end, or if I want it to be like on default hard or even hardcore, and just to see how it all pans out at the end. It'd be so cool. I have no idea what my plans are yet, and I think it would be fun to host one. We've got a small but cool community of people that I think would take part in doing some arena and having just like a fun little tournament at the end, just to see how it would go. But a lot to flesh out there. Just the ramblings of a man that's hoping for some extra fun from Pal World. Mechanics adjustments. Okay, equipment durability to the game settings is such a blessing. Being able to be like, I don't want my equipment to really degrade at all or at all, so nice. Being able to challenge yourself by being like, I have to constantly repair if I get hit, also pretty sweet. So, very cool. Glad they added that. When a cooling pal is assigned to the flea market, food spoilage rate is now reduced. Don't really care too much about that one, to be honest, but it is convenient. I like it. Lyleen's ability, Bountiful Protection, now recovers HP for all allies within range. That's cool. That's just cool. I like that a lot. Balance adjustments. Some aggressive enemies have been made friendly. I'm curious to see what enemy pals have been made friendly. I've not noticed that yet. Pal skill cooldowns will tick down even when they're not summoned. I think that's a good thing. I'm wondering if that's like if you use Dig Toys and then you withdraw him and then you pull him back out, is his skill cooldown going to be completely used up? Is that what this one is meaning? I'm not entirely sure. Regardless, the next one is the speed and stamina of pals that can be mounted have been adjusted, and the speed of some pals that were too slow have been improved. Pretty much every single thing that I've seen is that mounts have been sped up, but mounts have not been slowed down. So, very excited to see what some of the speeds of new pals are. I didn't even think to try different mounts yesterday. So, very, very excited for that. With implementation of the mission system, the rewards obtained from NPCs have been adjusted to maintain fairness. Conversation logs with all NPCs have been reset so that rewards can be received once again. So this is essentially, if you haven't talked to the arrogant pal critics and claimed your rewards from doing so, you can do that, and then you can get more books to power up your pals. So do it. Very cool. Pal condensation is considered endgame content, so the strength of Axel, Marcus, and Victor on normal difficulty has been reduced to reduce its necessity. Now, I didn't know that normal difficulty would be different from like casual or hard. And I'm not sure if they mean that like overall they're just weaker, or if on normal specifically they have been scaled down and how they are figuring out the difficulty on them. Regardless, I'm kind of hopeful that they're just weaker overall, because that means that my Victor fight's going to be that much easier when I fight him. I like that. I'll take it. The power of some active skills, such as Pal Blast, has been increased. Very cool, very cool. Pal Blast was not a particularly great skill. Very cool to look at, but not a particularly great skill. So happy that they're continuing to rebalance a little bit. The probability of getting books that enhance Pal's work aptitude from aptitude attribute treasure chests has been increased. I got my first ever attribute book last night after playing a lot of hours. A lot of hours. So this has to have been a huge increase, and I am going to just say thank you, and thank you once again. That is so convenient. That's so nice. Very, very cool. Okay, pals, new skins. The results of the first year anniversary popularity poll have been decided. So we've got 3 new skins. So we've got the Crown Chillet, the Cyber Jet Dragon, and Desert King Anubis. Very cool. Can't complain. Very excited about all that. Pals can now swim. I've seen what happens with some pals when they swim. I'm excited to see some pals swimming. I need to play with that. That looks fun. Bunch of new skills that I'm not gonna really get into. I need to play with them more than just read them, right? Erupt massive pillars of water beneath the ground, or beneath and around the enemy. Cool, that sounds great. I need to see it, play with it to give a better, idea on all of those. So we've just got a bunch of new skills. Great, love that. I love having new skills, including multiple new unique skills specific to specific pals. So very cool. Rooster, you're saying your speed Umo is super quick. It's so much better. Oh, let's go. New passive skills have been added. Heart of the Immovable King is not a new passive. But okay. Lunker, King of Waves. Yes, I've seen those. So fast, more defense and attack for water and ice pals, as well as more movement in water. And then there's gold and whites of these as well, of the King of the Waves at least, which is very cool. I need to see what button this is. Implement easy bulk storage feature. Conveniently store all materials in any chest around your base with the click of one button. So it's like going to the IRM machine, except I don't have to have the IRM machine. Is that what you're telling me? Did I miss that the whole time? Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I sure hope that's what that is. That's so sick. That's so sick. Change change specifications to automatically select materials in bulk in the PAL condensation UI. They love me. They love us, guys. They legitimately love us. So when I want to bulk condense again, this should be so much easier. This is the other one that I knew about. They really love us, guys. We can now set and quickly select your current PAL presets from the PAL Box UI. Give yourself your exploration team, give yourself your combat team, give yourself your nobles and fine furs, give yourself a fun team, I don't know, give yourself a fishing team. You can just start pulling them all out with the click of like two buttons. Instead of going and finding them or maybe sorting the PAL box and going to find them, you've just got them. Two button clicks. Yes. Oh, I love pocket pairs so much for just these simple three things right here. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. All neutral enemies now have green HP gauges, and only aggressive or hostile enemies have red HP gauges. I noticed this yesterday. It's a really nice quality of life, especially if you don't know if a pal should be aggressive or not to you. So great for new players, great for most players that don't really pay that much attention. Like even if I was 50 hours into this game, I would definitely come across pals that I wouldn't know. I'm still like hesitant sometimes if I'm not sure a pal is aggressive or not. So wonderful. Fixed a bug where the option to display servers with matching versions was not working. Cool. Added more patterns to random dungeons. Oh no. Oh no, is Sakurajima going to be harder for me to navigate now because there's not only just the three? Okay, well, maybe I'll have to learn a few more. That's all right. I can memorize maybe one or two more. I might have that much memory space. All in all, it's a good thing. But I'm going to have to memorize them. Fair enough. Fishing spots where fish shadows appear have been placed all around the world. Yep. Salvage spots have been placed out at sea. Yep. And several new achievements have been added. Awesome. I'm not the biggest achievement hunter guy, but I do like having all the achievements in Pal World, and I know there are many people that are achievement hunters. And then there's bug fixes where they fixed a bug where Jetwagon would jump too high when jumping. Oh, that's like a speedrun strat too. That's kind of a bummer. That's okay. It's not the biggest deal, but kind of a bummer. And many other minor issues have been fixed. The only thing I can say is this is a fire, unbelievably good patch. It doesn't focus on endgame at all, which means like all the preparation I did getting into this is pretty mute. But getting to play through the game again with all of these enhancements, it's gonna be so nice. I am absolutely in love with this, and I think it is making Power World continue to go in the right direction, even while battling an evil organization.